Take me out to left field. Give me a shot of Fireball. Give me some high fives from Mark Pena and a hug from Jeff Cross as we stand on top of the tables. Hearing the horns, that's a blast. For it's 1, 2, 3 shots from the cannon with the ladies of left field.
Hey, y'all. It's Ladies of Left Field. I'm here with Jordan and Katie.
Hey, y'all.
And we've got, let's see, our episode's a little hodgepodge this week. We got a little bit of random stuff for you today. I'm going to get and get us started, though, with something that I would assume most people paid attention to, even if you didn't watch it, you know, unless you just live, like, I don't know where you live. If you didn't, it was the Masters this past weekend. Rory McIlroy, who was one of the projected favorites, he did end up winning, and he won his second Masters back-to-back, his first back-to-back champion since Tiger did it in 01-02. Tiger, unfortunately, was not there, as we probably discussed a week or so ago. But it was a great Masters all around. I mean, if you got to go to that Masters, it was the absolute most perfect weather. I mean, they had not a cloud in the sky all week long. So for all of the stuff, it was great. So the patrons, as the attendees are called, definitely got the best ticket, or got the best showing, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It looked like Rory was going to run away with it on going from Friday afternoon into Saturday, and then things got all kinds of crazy on Saturday, and it was, Cameron Young had the lead going into Sunday, or they were tied, actually. He had the lead, and then Rory tied it up with him. And anyway, started off Sunday with a great leaderboard, and our Scotty Scheffler came so close. He finished one shot back, so he had a fantastic Sunday round. If he hadn't had a really bad first round, there's no telling. And I will also say I follow Jordan all the time, like on all the things. And if he could have had a punt go in, he would have totally been in contention. He was making his par putts that were like to save par and that were long, but the easy birdie putts, just rolled out, or they were too short. He had no pace. So it was very frustrating because he drove the ball, hit the greens. He only had, I think, 1 or 2 of those like crazy holes where he, does Jordan Speed stuff. So that he does these days. But anyway, it was a great Masters. Justin Rose also was in it all the way until pretty much the back 9 on Sunday. He actually had the lead for a short period of time on Sunday. So I was really pulling for him. If it got down to something, that it wasn't Scotty, and I have nothing against Rory, but Justin Rose is like a sentimental favorite now, I think, with a lot of people that follow it all. So, in my opinion, a good, really great, good Masters. Now, I don't want Rory to win next year. I'm over that now.
Little off.
It goes back to one of my Longhorns or somebody new. So anyway, and I will toss it over to Jordan.
Yeah, I've got another professional, kind of something I've taken on as my brand now, is the NHL. Playoffs are locked in as of Monday night. They're officially the 16 teams. I'm not going to read off all 16 to y'all because really the only one we care about is the fact that the Stars are in it. But there could still be some shuffling because the season doesn't end until Thursday. And also, we had to tape this early because I have a ridiculous lacrosse schedule right now. So we're taping early, so we don't know exactly how it's shaking out. But Stars versus Wild is locked in as the Dallas Stars first round matchup. And Stars are 1-1 against Minnesota this season. The first game, I'm pretty sure I watched this game and got like really irritated because it was a stupid, like, Minnesota scored a goal and with no time left and then won in overtime. But the second matchup, the Stars had a third period comeback. So playoffs will start Saturday. I don't have all the info, but keep an eye on that because that should be fun. And Katie, I'll toss it over to you.
Alrighty. So I'm going to start off with something kind of random. And so we're going to talk about the WNBA. That's right. We don't care a lot about the regular NBA, so we're going to talk about the women's NBA. Okay, but something interesting. Apparently, they're starting to pay the women a little bit more, which I am a fan of. I think is good. And so apparently the number one pick, Fudd, Fudd, landed a record-breaking rookie contract with the Dallas Wings for a whopping $500,000.
We're a WNBA team now. We are not an NBA team. We don't care about the Mavs. We're watching the Wings.
Yeah.
That's not true, but...
Yeah, no, not at all. But also, I mean, this is kind of wild to think that this is a record-breaking contract for $500,000, y'all. When you think about what an NBA player makes, you know, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Comparison.
And also to start to wonder, like what she might have gotten NIL wise.
Right.
Is she from South Carolina or LSU?
Fudd is actually I thought she was Notre Dame.
Oh, okay. I recognize her name, but I was thinking so. Yeah. So okay. Shows how much I know. Sorry.
All right. Yeah, we're not the experts. I'm just letting you know.
If Texas didn't play them, we don't care.
Exactly.
UConn. She's a UConn guard. So there you go. She played at UConn, y'all. And she was there for a while. She was there from 2021 to 2026. So, you know, she's a 3-point shooter. She has a great mid-range game. So good for her. Happy for her. And our own Rory Harmon that we do love, that is a Texas Longhorn, also got drafted. She was the number 34 overall pick, which is the third round in this draft. And she is going to the Washington Mystics. So we're happy for Rory. She's a great teammate.
But that's also just silly. Like, this woman made it to the Final Four. How did she drop to the third round? Granted, right. I don't know a whole lot about the WNBA draft, but when I saw that, I was like, I don't know about that.
Yeah. I mean, that's what Vic Schaefer was definitely, you know, I think knew that she didn't have a good draft pick and was definitely trying to, you know, hype her up and was like, man, if you don't take this player, then you're wrong. So, anyways, we'll see. I don't know. We might probably not see because we don't watch the WNBA, but there you go. There's your scoop on the draft.
Yeah.
Okay. Now on to something we actually do care about. This is college baseball, specifically around the SEC, because that's our conference. It's also the best conference in college baseball, no doubt. But right now, we are exactly midway through the SEC conference games, and so we've played 15 out of our 30 games. Crazy enough, the top 10 of the SEC teams are in the top 25 of overall college baseball, which is wild. So they are the dominant conference for sure. A couple of fun stats. Every SEC team has lost a conference series, which is good for us considering we just lost to A&M both games. We didn't get to play a third. We'll come back to that. It sucked. But I don't know. I guess, did you consider that a conference loss, y'all, even though we didn't play 3 games?
I mean, it's still 2 of 3, so yes.
Yeah, well, no, and actually though, but it could come to play in the percentages. Like, so
that's going to take me off.
It's really going to take me off. Yeah, we're short 1 game. I remember this happening to us several years back in the Big 12. We lost one. We ended up not getting to play one of our games. It might have been against, I don't know, like West Virginia or something. It's like,
I remember this too, Case. Yeah,
and so it did play a factor. It played a factor in the standings. That I mean, because it doesn't just go on like your wins and your loss. It literally is the percentage if it comes down to something like that.
Yeah.
So for us, it won't hurt because I mean, those were lost. I mean, I don't know. Well, I guess it could. Who knows?
Who knows? Yeah. I mean, you gotta think we were all hoping we were going to win on Sunday and have a little bit of redemption, but you don't know. And so
that's what I say. Is the only thing is you're missing that 1 win now. So like,
right.
So anyways, but Texas is still the highest ranked in the SEC for D1 baseball. Right now, though, in the SEC, Georgia does hold a 1.5 game lead over us. So currently Georgia is at 11-4. We are at 9-5. But again, D1 baseball has us ranked number 4 in the country and Georgia ranked number 5 in the country. So D1 baseball is the number one rank in the country is UCLA. Number 2 is Georgia Tech. Number 3 is North Carolina. Again, 4 is us, and 5 is Georgia. So the Aggies wins over us sadly did bump them up to number 10, which sucks. And those 2 players they got though were damn good. Annoying as all can be, but they're darn good players. So again, we will come back to our baseball recap shortly, but that's what I got for my hot girl headlines.
Well, I guess we could just go on and dive right into it and get the ugly over with. Because it really was pretty ugly. I mean, Friday night was not. I mean, Friday night went back and forth.
I agree.
And so we were. I mean, we had a lead going in, to the there.
I thought we were going to win. I mean, I thought we had Friday night's game.
Yeah.
We had a 2-run lead. I think we were fine. And then then
there was multiple things that played that went into that I felt like we've kind of touched on this the past, couple of weeks when it's just kind of started to happen that our bullpen is getting a little shaky right now. They don't seem very confident in themselves, which is unfortunate. I mean, because they're all good, but they're getting wild again. I mean, walking people, hitting people.
Yes.
Yeah. Putting people on base is ridiculous. We can't do that. And then we had a few players that didn't seem to want to swing the bats or whatever, especially on Friday.
Agreed.
That was a little rough. But because I mean, I was one of the ones, and I know Katie, we talked about this Saturday. I don't know about you, Jordan. I don't know if you got to watch the Friday night game, but I was like a little iffy.
Parts. Like I was in and out because I was traveling, so I watched this obviously the sad part, and then same deal like Saturday. I had a game, so I only watched losing part.
So Friday, I just felt like they pulled Ruger like really early, or I mean. He walked. He either gave up a hit to the first, the first guy batter that inning, or walked him. And I'm like, let's go one more because we had a couple run lead, and then and then they brought in Hayden LaFew, which I thought, what are we doing? Yeah, it's like the whole crowd is freaking out, chanting names and doing all the weird things that they do there, and so that poor boy was probably like, oh my gosh, like good Lord. Because they were out in force. I mean,
big time, especially on both days. But the rain delay did a little bit on Saturday, but
the people that stayed probably were even louder because we know what happens in a rain delay. We ourselves have avoided a rain delay.
Guilty.
And have it has helped us to be a little more, even more vocal and have more fun. Sure, I don't see it. So. And Saturday was just, I mean, what? After that, and that was another thing again. I was like, I didn't understand after we have an hour plus rain delay that we go back out and put Luke Harrison right back out there. I'm like, he's been sitting for an hour. I mean, maybe he's been warming up, but if he's been throwing for an hour, I don't know. I didn't understand the logic, but I'm not the coaches, so there's that. So
yeah, we talked about that. We definitely the weather caused a lot of trouble, I think, with our management. It seemed like, especially on Saturday, of our pitchers and things like that. So that was annoying.
Yeah.
And then our relievers are so good, but they just they just don't seem to feel comfortable in the positions they're coming into or what's going on. So we definitely have to get that together. And then 2 of those Aggies, like I said, that Gavin, how do y'all say his last name?
Gravahawk.
Yeah. And then Caden Sorrell are just annoyingly good. And they were like hitting the ball all over the place. And then one bright spot was Aiden Robbins for us. I mean, that kid was on fire. Game 1, he had on Friday, he had 3 hits, 3 RBIs, 2 home runs, which is wild. And then game 2, 3 at-bats. He had 2 hits, 2 RBIs, 2 home runs again. And so he's just like dominating right now. So thank gosh for him, or it would have been really bad. Because that kid is looking amazing. I mean, he hit home runs in both games. He was the best hitter on the field, no doubt. And he was most of our offense. So the sad thing is the rest of our team really couldn't do a lot more to help keep up with the Aggies offense, which was sadly better than ours this past weekend. But
Yeah.
we're going to move on. Up next, we play Alabama this weekend here in Austin, back at the Dish. We're excited about that. And yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting and just be back at home. I think that'll be good for the boys. The weather's supposed to be, I don't know, kind of okay. It's going to be kind of cold. A cold front's coming through.
Yeah, I think there's a chance of rain on Saturday morning. I don't, you never know what that's going to be.
Yeah. I mean, Alabama is right now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, fifth in the SEC. Their record is 8-7. So again, I mean, everybody in the SEC is good, like we've said before. So that's about it from that baseball recap.
Yeah, and then and then softball.
Oh yeah,
they had a bit of a hardship, but they did bounce back on Sunday and had a huge win Sunday, which was really good. And actually, when you go back to those games, they were all close.
The softball games.
The softball games, yes. And so,
Well, that's the thing. How many did I know? I watched them. Now I'm not remembering. Did the first two go into extra innings? Did all of them go into extras? I know Sunday went into extras.
Friday did not go into extras because we lost 3 last game.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that's it. Yeah. So softball did finally beat OU. Again, like y'all said, all the games are super close. Hopefully we're kind of pulling ourselves out of like a mid-season slump. Yes. Softball next plays Georgia. And they actually play them Saturday, Sunday, Monday series, which is a little different. So who has other around the horns to share? I know Casey, are you working football at all this weekend?
I am. So this weekend we have the football reunion and lettering reunion. And sorry, I've been trying to get that game on and just never mind. But it is on Saturday, instead of a spring game, it'll just be Practice. But it is open. It'll be played in the stadium, DKR. So it's open to the public, admissions free. They're doing like a miniature game day situation with miniature Bevo Boulevard activities going on the north end of the stadium, on DeLost Dodds Way. And Bevo will be there and smoking a cannon. You can get pictures. And once the practice is over, fans are able to go onto the field, and line up for autographs and pictures. Of course, they'll have a limited time, so you can't just expect to automatically get Arch's autograph if that's what you're doing, or you get in line for whatever you're going to do. It said that the line will start at gate 32, which is the southeast corner of DKR, and they expect people to be there at the crack of dawn, lining up. They won't even watch the practice; they'll just be standing there in line to get autographs.
Yeah.
So that's all happening. Of course, that is all. I think that's all kind of weather contingent. Football won't really. They may not make a decision on if the weather's bad. They're not going to practice out there. They're not going to risk doing anything crazy. So if they have to move their practice to the bubble, then that's the end of that for fans. But
yeah, the end of that.
But I'm sure Texas Athletics will send out something on how to modify for the autographs and all that kind of stuff. So that is happening this weekend for football. And then at baseball this weekend is Chance Ruffin. He is the tradition game for Saturday.
Oh, that's cool.
So yeah,
that's awesome.
So we have him, and then another great thing that happened for our athletic department was women's tennis won the SEC regular season title this past weekend. So that's the second straight. So I think now we've won 4 SEC titles, 4 or 5 this year. We're tied with Florida with who has the most. and from a cumulative 2-year period, we are ahead of everybody. So that's our little bragging point that's going on right now. So
Love it.
And then one last thing I'll just show, since I'm the one that follows it. Men's golf won Ford Collegiate. Is that what it's called? Yeah, Ford Collegiate this week. It's their third team win, and we had 3 players do outstanding. We had Christian Moss tied for first, and I don't know how to say Matt Comegas. I don't know how to say that last name. He finished tied for third, and then Luke Potter finished 5th. So I mean, like, that's have 3 in the top 5 is very impressive. So and
how many strokes did they win by to have 3 individual titles?
I think
individuals up there. Like, damn.
Yeah, it ended up being a little closer because Auburn came back, and I think Auburn also had players the same kind of situation. Like, they had a bunch of players get up there.
Gotcha. Yeah, individual number. Yeah, okay.
Yes, like it was like both teams, were dominating, and then it was, after that, a bit, a kind of a drop off of that. But so that was, and Auburn, I believe Auburn's ranked number 1, so that's a big win big tournament win for our guys.
Nice.
Oh no, I take that back. They won by They won by 11 strokes, so they did good.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. And then while we're on golf, real quick, I'm just going to do a little shout out about my nephew.
Yay! Hunter.
Yeah.
He advanced to the state tournament.
Woohoo!
I guess. But this is Tuesday this week when we're recording. Sorry, folks, but so he advanced to the state tournament. He took up golf about 2 years very seriously, or about 1.5 years ago. I mean, he's played, his whole life with my brother and stuff. But about 1.5 years ago, he got real serious about it and wanted to really focus on it. And he made it as one of the top 3 individuals. His team just barely missed going, so he made it as one of the top 3. He's the 3rd individual. So
y'all, he had a really great round and shot a 69.
Yes, yesterday. Yeah, on the first round, he shot at 69.
That is crazy.
And then
that's so cool.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's very impressive. Go Hunter.
We're super excited. Our family's very, very excited about this. So apparently the state tournament is now, I thought it always was in Austin. It's in Kingsland now. So
wait, I was about to ask you though, because when I was in high school, the state tournament was in Lubbock.
Oh.
Or at least the women's golf state tournament was in Lubbock.
Oh, okay. Well, no, it's in Kingsland. So we probably will try to go out there.
Yeah.
So we're 2 weeks. So
fun.
So we're excited about that for him.
Yeah.
So
I love that.
Okay. Back to regular programming.
Love it. Did we mention that tennis won? Did we say that?
Yes, the tennis won there. Yeah. So
I love that. 2nd straight SEC regular season title. They were all hyped. It was cute to watch them. Like,
yes.
Yeah, like that. Very cool. And then I know that's really about it around the horns. We have a couple random sports news if you want to just pretend like you know a bunch of trivia facts about other random sports happening.
Yeah, another little thing that kind of has a tie-in to UT is that women's professional volleyball team league, and so the Love B Austin team, they're advancing in the playoffs, so they're going to be playing on this Thursday night. So when by the time this is out, we don't know. Hopefully they will have won. They'll have played against Salt Lake, and then a title games on Saturday. So we have Madison Skinner, Aisha O'Neill, Logan Eggleston. They're all part of that team. So I'm sure that's some very competitive, great, fun volleyball to watch.
So I actually watched their what is it? Was it the semi? No, I guess it would have been the quarterfinal against Atlanta the other night.
Mm-hmm.
That was intense, and because it's all the best players, so that was so much fun to watch. Like, if you're randomly on ESPN or E2 whatever on like Thursday, you said Thursday night, right, or Saturday?
Yes. Yeah.
Whenever those games, like, that's just so intense, and they have so much fun. So I watched that game, and like I forgot how much I love those players, and then it made me so happy, like watching them again, just loving the game.
Exactly. Yep.
And then Stanley Cup playoff start, Jordan, this weekend too.
Yep, on Saturday. So there's a little bit of shakeup. Final games will be Thursday night. So then playoffs will start sometime on Saturday.
Nice. And then we talked about the WNBA, so we might as well mention the real NBA.
Do playoffs have to though? Because the good guys aren't playing, so we really don't need to.
Yeah. The playoffs do begin this weekend. I will say NBA playoffs are fun to watch. That's when it gets super interesting. That's when all the stars will play and the best basketball will come out. But the Spurs are number 2 in the West. The Rockets are number 5 in the 5 seed in the West. And the Thunder and the Pistons are number 1 seeds in the West and East, of course. And then we have 3 Longhorns playing, which we love. Still love Kevin Durant. Love him. He plays for the Rockets. Jarrett Allen plays for the Cavs. And Jackson Hayes plays for the Lakers. So that's good. Yeah. I mean, and then we all love Royale Ivy. Was a great guard at Texas as well. And he's one of the coaches for the Rockets with Kevin Durant. It's fun.
Y'all, this actually, hold on. This just reminded me because I've been seeing this quite a bit on the shows with the pundits. Have you seen kind of the discussion about the game minimum for postseason awards?
Yes, I've been. All I've heard about that is just that was a big thing. Like when Luka got hurt, that he was out of contention,
not eligible. And I think the Knipple, who I don't actually know who he plays, but I think he was a Duke guy. Which is why I hear about it a lot. But yes, this is so interesting to me that like people are opposed to making an exception for an incredible player just because they didn't play. What is it? 60? I don't remember.
I don't know what the number is of the games, but yeah, it was like
if you know that guy's the MVP, and I'm sorry he got hurt 2 games below the threshold, like give him the award. This is silly.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. So we'll see.
Anyway, that's just one I kept hearing on like Sports Center and stuff, and I was like, this is silly.
I get what you're saying, but I also, I don't want it to be because of a legit injury, but I do think so many guys sit out through the regular season, not due to injury.
Right.
And so I think, and I can't imagine, I mean, not paying, hundreds of dollars to go to an NBA game in the regular season, but I know fans that have, and then they get to the game and like the star players aren't even playing.
Yeah, yes. People have driven down to San Antonio because they wanted to see LeBron or whoever, and that he doesn't play.
Yes. So I think that's crappy. And to me, I wonder if that's why they're kind of trying to instill this thing about like, you just can't sit out all freaking season and then come in and like be the superstar and get awards. Like, I think it's different if you have a legit injury versus, I don't know, like, I'm trying not to get injured, but still, like fans are paying a lot for product, and you got to kind of show up still. So
yeah, but I mean, I hear you, and that's why there's the game threshold in the first place. So I guess in my mind, I'm like, well, it's common sense. Like you're not going to give it to Joe Schmo who thinks he should be MVP and played 4 games. Like I don't know. It's just one of those, like, you feel bad for people who might genuinely deserve it, but they didn't reach the threshold, so they're out of the running. And I know they call it, I don't remember exactly what the term is, but there's some sort of like, some circumstances clause in that. And I guess this year is why it's such a big reason, because there's a couple players who meet that threshold or who don't meet the threshold, but could use the clause to win the award. And I'm like, well, that's just unfortunate that it's one year that you have all these guys that got hurt at the same time.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Well, I'm excited to go to left field this weekend and kind of get some of our groove back and look good, hit good, pitch good. So, Case, are y'all coming out to?
I'm going to try to. We have Top Golf on Friday afternoon with football. So just whenever I get done with that, and then if I can find a place to park, I mean, I'm not going to kill myself to, and then Saturday I plan to come after football's done. So yeah.
Same. All right, Jordan. Well, we miss you, but always in spirit, everybody. We will see y'all in left field.
See you in left field.
In left field.